Hey, welcome back. This is the last video of section 1. Let's get right into it. Stem direction. Okay, so when you're putting a lot of notes on the staff, and you're gonna inevitably need to put some stems on those notes, you gotta pay attention to the stem direction. Why? Because again, we're trying to draw the eye into the center of the staff. That's the whole point. Music is hard enough to read as it is. And that's why these rules exist, is just to make it easier on the eye. So, there's one really simple rule. We got our 5 lines of the staff. We take the middle line. And if my note head, if I'm going to write a note that's below this middle line, and my note head is here, the line, the stem goes up. And if my note head is above that middle line, the stem goes down. That's it. That's the rule. One last thing, however, is that what about that note? If I put it on the middle line, well, then it's your choice, really. You could put it down or up. There's no wrong answer here. However, down is usually preferred. So take a look at this. It's totally wrong in this example, and you can see how it's drawing your eye away from the staff. This is just nice and calm and steady for the eye to read. This is how we want to do it. Another thing too, when you're going to draw the stem and it's going to be going down, it's going to come off the left side of the note head. And then over here, if you're going to draw the note with the stem going up, it comes off the right side of the note head. One last thing before we get to the end of this video is look at these guys here. What's the deal with this versus this? Well, we got the note head, we got the note stem, and then as we discussed in previous videos, those flags, right? But there's this rule, usually there are other things that we'll discuss later, but when there's a pair of them together like this, what we do is we're going to join those flags together in what we call a beam. And because these guys, they have 2 flags each, we'll just put a double beam to represent those 2 flags over here. And then, as we could see, this guy is alone, so it's not going to beam to anybody. But if it was like these guys over here, if there was another one right next to it, well, then we'd beam it together just like these with one beam, one single beam, because there's only one single flag. This, however, creates a little issue. What if, like in this example, my notes are spanning all across the staff like that? So there's one other simple rule to follow, is I look for that center line, and then I see this note head is just 1 above the center line. This is actually on the center line, and this one's below and by 1. And this one would go up. Usually this one I could go up or down. And then this one, well, technically I'd have to go down. Well, what's the deal? Well, it's because this guy is the furthest away from the center line, and that's the rule. So the furthest note from the center line will determine for the entire grouping the stem direction. So because it's below the center line, the stem goes up, and then I beam across with all the other notes having their stem go up for the beaming. Here's another example. In this example, same thing. I'll look for the center line and I see, okay, that's a little bit away from, that's pretty close. But this one's way further away. It's the middle C over here, and it is well above that middle line. So the stem is going to go down, and therefore for the rest of the grouping, all of their stems, even though this guy, its stem would normally go up, doesn't matter, because we're grouping them together, all the stems are going to go down. So that concludes the video. Thank you for watching, and I'd invite you to check out our community on Skool, where you can get some more PDFs and exercises to practice all this stuff actually take a pen and write this stuff out. So I'll see you on the next one.